Thank you, Yosimar. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Tomas back up to introduce our final feature of the night. Tomas, come on.
Like, you already got your applause. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, man. Thank you, Yosimar, and thank you, Dominique, blessing this microphone. I wasn't done yet, you know. So my little boy was sitting in the front row, and, you know, we got 4-year-olds sitting around. You can't always say the kind of stuff you want to say in front of 4-year-olds that you would ordinarily say in front of grown people. So I had a couple of poems that I was holding in my back pocket. And what I wanted to do, because this one was just doing this story about stories of immigration and migration. I myself have migrated from Southern California and landed here in the Bay Area in 2002. And there was a moment where I realized that I was like one of these sort of vagabond spirits too that was displaced and trying to find a place that was comfortable enough to say was home, even though you leave the place where you were born and raised, it's a long process. So at one point where I was kind of walking around the Mission here and found myself on the corner of like 25th and Mission, and I looked up from the on the cables that support the community wire to the community buses, and someone had taken 2 mangoes and tied them together with a shoelace and thrown them over the wire. I don't know, it's like one of the Million Fishes Art projects or something like that. But the grad student in me was like, I get it. It's the renaturalization of the urban spaces, the concrete jungles, bearing fruit in harsh climates, right? But I looked down below, and at the corner store there was a line of folks waiting to buy lottery tickets, and I thought about the absurdity of throwing away food in front of people that could scarcely afford to buy food for art's sake, you know what I'm saying? So I thought about what that meant to me, the journey of the mangoes on the wire, and I came up with this. It's called Cuando Ganamos, or for the bilingually impaired, this is When We Win. Shadows of the new for real fall 60 stories over antique room apartments where Victoria runs crooked under late Victorians. Dipping from the sloping sun, making room for undone renovations in the sprawl of a new street, maintaining life above its own. See, this is your town, it's my town, it's any town, USA. There's no new here, no Bible, no cradle to the crescent, only after school unrest, a room of peace without the decency of truth telling. We on going with obsessions for silence and for waiting here, say, get your hands up, get your hands in the air. But don't bother to stop the double-dip parlays at the corner stores where the homeless chill in lawn chairs. The unknown warriors that lean unsteadily against a mural of their own fifth son. As if we need a reason to subdue the urges of our exodus to exegesis spilling on the sidewalks where the old gods get remembered and you just can't step their blood. The simple telepathic logic in the passing of a paper bag where we spit 40-ounce foam and roll up on the unsuspecting destiny of power lines and patrol cars that are clocking as the world has shrunk to this. From the moment we left dreaming, left with leering sadness, sleeping on street corner stoops, a stoop too low, enduring the weight of an everyday absolution. So in the poem, we must name the hottest corners that we've been to. This, the willing traces of our pens across the pavement. Corners leaning against lampposts where the mountains carry on with markers and artilleries of old strategic planning and the myths that our good citizens have taken their goodwill toward our center, where we'll find Socrates holding his vial at 24th Mission. Where the mangoes drip from traffic lights, grow weary in the haze of gray Saturdays, the pulsing cars line up to start the plugging at the intersection. But those on foot survey so many rows of luggage racks that line the sidewalks for a population bent on traveling home. Always departing as they arrive in $10 duffel bags and pockets lined with telegiros and lotto tickets, scratching at the chances for a return a una isla encantada, una montaña en Centroamérica, un ranchorín de lejos de su pueblo congelado. Unreachable those magnets to the traffic lights with civic sympathy, a shame, allow the frozen fruit to fall on 24th Street who could die within the skin and pulp before they even hit the pavement. Beyond the fleshy fiber strands of meat, beyond original confusion, we could fight to find the pit of fruitless searches for beginnings, but fruit's not going to fall, and sympathetic poets don't fertilize fools, so you better start growing some trees. Bueno, si queremos algo, vamos a Chinito. So we hit the spot and pop the top on nectars come in cans, like the essence that is us as children in the cool of the Chinito's corner store, where old drunks slanted sideways on a $50 million jackpot dream, play lotto and complain about la renta. And they'll take their crumpled tickets home tonight, the numbers plucked from memories and shame. Tonight, someone behind the TV tray within a damp apartment will tune in to anticipate the call of a birth date or children's ages, the days since their arrival, street addresses, fake social security numbers, a saint's day, biblical passage, that year when it was happy and even those will not appear, will not deliver out the random race through time toward the going back to leave them quietly kneading in the dark. Uno ano, cuando ganamos, te compro mangos. Fuck that, bro. If we win, I'm buying you the mangoes.